89% has come to pass from things I wanted. Prayer is power when you use it with love and not fear. Prayer is power when you use it with gratitude. And so it's a higher form of affirmation to the cosmos, to the universe, to divine intelligence. And it works if you believe it does. So it's worked for me. It saved my life. People don't know how to use that lust and turn it into power. So people are unconsciously weak for it because it's so enticing and it's so heavy, and it's a gift, but people are misusing it.
Hello, High Vibin It homies. Welcome back to another epic episode of your favorite podcast, High Vibin It. Here to help you live your best life, your most spiritual life, your most aligned life, and just have a lot of success. And, maybe if we can help you alleviate any unnecessary suffering, that would be great too. And of course, giggle along the way because we're here for the laughter. And today we have a very special guest who you may recognize if you're a Bachelor Nation fan. And we're really excited to have him on today because not only is he, a people's favorite, I guess I'll say, because you have a very warm energy about you. And I know that translated on camera, but also he's an author, he's a mindset coach, he's a spiritual fitness expert. So please, everyone, welcome Eric Bigger to the stage. Hi,
I
Eric.
love that. Hello, ladies. How are you?
We are
We're
good.
great.
We're very excited to talk to you today. And just in case anybody doesn't know who you are, this is the point of the show where we like to get your words and your journey thus far, how you got to where you are today. And I know you have a little bit of a different journey than most, so I'm excited to hear whatever you want to share. How did you
Yeah.
kind of come into first, I guess, the Bachelor stuff and then into this spiritual space, or has it always been intertwined? Tell us everything.
Well, great question. Shouts out to Bachelor Nation. So I had a friend of a friend who was looking to recruit guys from Baltimore in 2017. And actually 2026 feels like 2017. Like the energies are kind of similar. So funny. And, when things come into my life, I'm always of a person like, okay, why is this in my life? Like, how did I attract this? But the backstory to the opportunity was before I was in LA for 15 years. I now reside in Orange County. I had a roommate in a one bedroom for 5 years. I was thugging it out in Hollywood, right? Just trying to make it, right? And so at 28, I was like, I can't keep living like this. I got to move on my own. So I went from paying $650 a month to $1,850. That's a jump, right? In rent, because I was trying to sacrifice for those 5 years. In 6 months of moving into that $1,850 a month apartment, I attracted the Bachelorette. And that's when I got a call from a friend, Aisha Cole. She owns Slutty Vegan in Atlanta, and she has many other restaurants in the world, in the States. And so somebody, Thea Washington, was the recruiter who was casting from Baltimore. She was actually going to Baltimore looking for guys there. Pinky Aisha Cole knew me, put me on a call with her. I did the interview. I went to, I don't know if it was a CBS Rapid. I went somewhere to go in person. They liked me. They moved me forward. And then I didn't get a call for some months. And I'm like, well, maybe I didn't get it. And it was so funny because I think it was the end of 2016. I'm doing Uber. I was grinding there, like hustling. Uber, selling Kangen water machines, personal training, door guy at the club. And I get a call while I'm gonna make some money. And it was somebody, I think it was Jasmine. She's like, hey, is this Eric Bigger? This is Jasmine from the ABC Bachelorette casting. We want to bring you in, and da-da-da-da. My whole energy changed. So from that point on,
Did you just stop doing Uber and get a different Uber? I'm on The Bachelor now and just leave him
yeah,
there?
but it was like, and I think when I think about my life, my faded points in my life, turning points come in that way where I'm like doing something and then I have a conversation. So that happened, but behind all that, up until that point of 2016 of December, going to the show March of 2017, I had booked a national commercial too. I haven't booked a national commercial in 2 years prior to that happened, but I had to pick the TV show, so I couldn't do the commercial. But before all of that, I was doing work on myself. Like people on The Bachelorette, The Bachelor Nation, they didn't know that, but I was always doing like personal development work. Because when I got to LA at 22, I knew one person. I had graduated from college with an honors degree. I couldn't get a job. I was lost. Like, what? Like, I just had a government job that I let go of. How can I get a job? I mean, they wouldn't hire me nowhere. So I started opening up, like, Think and Grow Rich, As a Man Thinketh, The Secret. I mean, I was studying Tony Robbins religiously. Like that was like my mentor on YouTube. Him and Bob Proctor, like Les Brown. Like these people were like, and then I started applying the principles, and somehow, some way, 7 years in, TV show came. I went on. I was on TV for 10 weeks, and my whole world changed. And I really was like visible in a world where I was like, whoa, this is different. Like I couldn't even be out during that time because people were like taking photos, the cameras out. Can I get a, it was weird. I didn't know how to react. But I remember in Spain when I got sent home, shouts out to Bennett. He was the EP of the show at the time. And we were in a hotel in Spain. He said, you know, your life going to be forever different after this, right? I'm like, what you mean? He's like, your life is not going to be the same. You'll see. And he said, one thing I want you to do when the show is out, I want you to be out every night. Every day and every night that the show is on, you need to be out. You need people to see you. And then from there, I was doing that. I got a publicist. Shouts out to Anderson, PR. Change. And here I am today, beyond TV, beyond The Bachelorette and Bachelor Nation, brand deals, commercials of in the spiritual space, because in 2023, I had that ego death. And I was kind of over the identity that I created that I thought was me, but it was a false me because I wanted people to like me and I didn't want people not to like me. And I was coming from a very wounded, had a mother wound, abandonment wound, all these things. And that awakening really took me into spiritual fitness, and enlightened me into who I am today, to give people the wisdom to feel safe to be themselves. But I think the experiences of being on TV and visible publicly gave me more perspective in life. Like, oh, that's what people want. Oh, that's what people think they want. Oh, okay. Got it. So now I can relate, right? Instead of just like, I want this. Like, I lived it. And then I can share my experiences and give people the truth and not what I think they want.
Dang. Wow. Your story is so cool. Well, one, I think it's cool because I watch all the love reality TV shows
you do?
first and
Okay.
foremost, okay? I
That's
don't
one thing me
remember
and
which
Kelsey have
season
in
were you
common.
on of The Bachelorette? Who was it?
13. Rachel Lynnsey. She was a
Rachel.
bachelorette.
Okay.
Rachel, right,
I
right,
remember
right.
for sure seeing you on Paradise. I don't remember if I watched that season.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I did.
Anyway, it's amazing because I think a lot of people might judge becoming a reality TV star as like
Yeah.
something so superficial, but everything is a
Absolutely.
portal, right? Everything is a
Yeah.
portal. Like that's one of the things that your soul needed to grow and to learn these lessons and to get the exposure for you to do this really meaningful work that's helping so many people. So I just really respect what you've done with it
Yeah.
and how you used it for growth, because I think a lot of people could just take it and run as a vanity metric, sell some stupid stuff after that doesn't matter, and you're really out here like using it for good. So good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the thing that really surprised me is that when I was visible, I started getting more access, invited to things that the average person wouldn't have the opportunity to. Like I didn't know mental health and suicide prevention was a real thing. Like,
Yeah.
like I went to the first event, like I warmed up the crowd for the 5K. Shouts out to Dee Dee Hirsch, Suicide Prevention Center here in California, Los Angeles. And I went to the event. And I was like, it felt like I was in a movie. I'm like they had people faces. I'm like, this really happens that people endure suicide, been touched by it, right?
Wow.
Like it really like made me think like I had to be someone to be invited to something that's real to people. So I've been doing that for 7 years now, like warming up the crowd. Now I'm the MC. Shouts out to Sarah Gilman. She's an actress. CSI Vegas. She's amazing. So we do it every year. And like all the depth and information and awareness I got around suicide prevention, mental health, depression, anxiety, it's like, okay, God, this is what you want from me? Okay. And then I had a very challenging relationship at one point where I was dating someone who was in that mental space where it like really threw me off. So I had firsthand experience where I'm like, wow. So all that was happening in 2023 when I was going through my awakening to give me more depth, to more certainty, to like believe in something greater, because like I didn't know people suffer so deeply in life in such a large scale.
Meanwhile,
Thanks
you're
to the
carrying the
Bachelorette.
mother wound and all these
Yeah.
like the things that we can't see because we're living it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does take a witnessing it or actually seeing it up close to be like, maybe I got some stuff to work on too. Now,
Yeah.
that's what I want to ask about, because you did mention two things that I want to touch on. One, you said 2017 feels a lot like 2026.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly. I think that I am definitely seeing it almost for me, a lot of new stuff happened in 2017. Kels, we started talking about the podcast that year. I don't know if you know that. It's been almost 10 years.
Wow.
But that started happening. I had to relaunch my business in 2017. I moved from LA to Vegas in 2017. So many things happened that this year actually really does, to me,
Yeah.
for a lot of reasons, feel like a
Mhm.
new beginning, or at least even if I can't see what's beginning, I feel it. I feel
Mhm.
like it's a new beginning. And then
Mhm.
I also, want to talk about that, but I also want to go back to your ego death in 2023 because I think a lot of us went through that as well. And maybe kind of not necessarily details, but things that you learned and things that like really stuck out to you and how it presented itself to you, I guess. Um, anyway, that's a lot of stuff. Go on. You can
Yeah, so
just say what you
2020
want.
yeah, so 2023 was very I was lost, I was confused. I never been so disconnected from my soul and my body. I felt so weak in my legs, like it was weird. Like I'm like I couldn't even feel myself in my body. Like I was just off. However, deep down, I'm also into numerology and astrology. I was in my personal year one. So when you're in your
Oh,
personal year one, it's like a fresh start. All the stuff I was doing prior was not working anymore. It's
oh
like my
no.
soul couldn't even deal with it. I wanted to leave LA. And at that year, 2022, going into 2023, I had gotten a relationship. But the thing about that relationship, I was very intentional about it because I talked to my healer and she's like, yeah, you might need to be with one girl for some change. Like, cause being on the show, honestly, like I've been single for
Mm-hmm.
years. You get so many opportunity and then you just feel empty. Like, what am I doing? But I knew I had to like experience being in a committed relationship with someone. And so I did that. I was having an identity crisis. So business was kind of like changing. I got rid of some business people. And then middle of that year, maybe May, June, my dad went in the hospital and he was having heart problems. I really believe it was because of the shot, to be honest.
Mm.
He kept going back to the hospital. And so at that time, I'm with this person that I'm dating, and they're like really in a dark space, like dark. Like I'm talking about telling me they don't want to live, I don't want to be here. And I'm like, I love you. Like what? Like it was so like, is this a movie? Like, I didn't know this part, but this person was very attractive, very driven, very successful, Ivy League grad, like all the things. But mentally, they just wasn't when it came down to it. And I had to sit with that on top of trying to figure out my life, pray and be there for my dad. So I was like, God, why is this happening? Thank God to the work I've done. I knew there was something on the other side of this. I just didn't know what it was. So end of 2023, I have a prayer that I say, especially when I feel like, I don't feel good. And I would say, God, please release any and everything that's not for my highest good with ease and with flow. And let me tell you something. I had
Love
just
that.
got back from Mexico from doing a retreat. And I was already having some differences with like management and like friends. And then the person I was dating at the time, I'm thinking like, they not going to leave. And, oh, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like everything got pulled from me. And I'm like, I was lost. I
Now,
was
how
like,
hard is it in those moments to be like, I did ask for this, but I thought that was for me, and I have to now reckon with the fact that it wasn't for me. Like, that's a whole did you
yeah, but see,
grieve?
I
Did you
already
have
knew what
that
I was
grieving
doing.
process?
Yeah, I knew what I was doing. I just didn't think that person would be. But
Yeah.
God showed me like quick. Like it was like I was in the
Mhm.
shower because I was so off. Like I was going through so much, especially with people that I thought were like friends. Like I went through a lot of betrayal that year, but I needed it because I had to stop being a people pleaser. I had to, even the relationship was awakening me. Like I gotta set boundaries. Like, no, we're not doing this. So that happened. That felt really low. But thank God I was so off that year. I was barely making any money, but I was posting content, fitness content, and I never put my fitness stuff out there because I was just like, I don't think I can be a fitness. I was just like, fitness was like my wife and TV was like my mistress.
Ooh,
I
interesting.
gave, I just kept, fitness never left me, right? So I post content that I did like 90 days of just fitness content. I get a call from a guy, shouts out to John Mary. He was the EP of the Sherry Show. So I released people in November, end of October, because that was the eclipse in 2023. Beginning of November, I released
Mhm.
all these people I thought I loved and cared about because I did, but they was attracted based on that identity I was in, that people
Yeah.
pleasing, nice, the whatever. And so I'm not that person. I'm moving out of that. I said the prayer. I released them. So I get a call. So I'm on national TV for the first time in what, 2 years? I did Match Me If You Can in 2021, and I'm on a Sherry show. My dreams are coming true. I've always wanted to do a fitness segment. Mind you, I blocked fitness. I didn't want to talk about it. Here I am. I'm on national TV. I'm in New York. It's cold. After I do the show, I was amazing, but I was there by myself. There was nobody on my team. I had just broken up with my girlfriend at the time. I was low. So what I figured out when I went on the show, as we walk, I'm writing about this in a book that's coming out this year, Spiritual Fitness. I see the audience guy, and he goes, 3, 2, 1, big applause, big applause. And I was like, oh, that's what happened to me. I got programmed. I've always programmed myself to be on, and I never knew how to be off. So I was in life, yes, I was real with the people that was around me, but I had this character that I call it the Will Smith effect. I was playing this character, but I really was sad inside. I really wanted love. I really wanted family. But people like, I'm so proud of you. But yet, this is December 23. My year was so hard. Like, my year was so bad. I was so stressed. I had alopecia. I had like a big hole in my beard. Like, I lost weight. Like, I was going through hell. Right? But yet, I'm on TV.
Yeah.
So I
And people are
released a,
praising you, and meanwhile,
right.
you're having a war inside, but, like,
Yeah.
it's hard because you feel like, "Well, if people like this, then I have to keep doing this, but at what
Yeah.
cost?" Right?
At
So
what
thank
cost?
goodness you disconnected
And so I
from that.
disconnected. I went home, released people, and it's crazy because like when I got home, like 2 weeks after that, I probably made more money than I did in 3 months in a week because I released energy from my life, right? So going to 2024, um, my podcast. So I noticed from being in astrology, like your chart is so important. Like, oh my God, like
Mhm.
me creating content and being visible is how things come into my life. So there was a woman from Australia. She's like a medicine woman. She does, ayahuasca. She does not ayahuasca, St. Pedro. She's really tap in. Like she's shouts out to see it. She's it. Like in a different way. She's like, oh my God, I see your frequency. You, my friend, you have like, but she wanted to be on my podcast. This was May of 2023. I missed it because I was stressed and dealing with stuff. Anyway, she said, you know what? I'm thinking about coming to LA. We should go to Joshua Tree. And it's your birthday. I'll do a favor for you because we had like a amazing podcast and like it was like lit up, like it was so like she was part of my soul trial. We went to Joshua Tree and we did a cacao ceremony. Oh my God,
Not the cacao. You're in it
cacao!
now.
Love cacao.
Like she took
You're
me
in
there.
it
She's
now.
like pick a space out here. And the thing that happened before Joshua Tree, I started to cry. Before,
Mhm.
damn, I could cry right now.
Do it.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, we welcome it.
For anyone
Wow.
who hasn't experienced cacao, it's a heart opener, okay?
Yeah.
It will open your heart a lot.
Yeah.
So anyway, we go, and she was like, "The ancestors been waiting for you." I'm like, what? Like how? Like So we go there, and we go there. She said, "Find a space, a sacred space," and she like had me do my third eye, breathe into the rock, and then we set over, and I took the cacao. And she gave me more dose. She said, "You need a heavy dosage." I'm like, "Okay." She got strong vibration. And literally, remember, I just had this betrayal in 2023. So I'm like, I'm broken. Like my heart really was like
Yeah.
hurting. Like I've never had that before. I've never experienced heartbreak. And I'm like, I didn't want to tell no one because I'm always helping people. I don't want people to worry.
Right.
So I drink the cacao and I just lay down and close my eyes. And I wake up and I look at her and I just started to cry. I was like, you literally helped me trust again. So the cacao was the initiation. So then she said, I'm telling you, the ancestors telling me we got to go to the Mojave Desert and do this offering. I'm like, again, my life has been a movie. It sounds like a movie, right? We literally go to the Mojave Desert. We get out the car and she says, set your intentions and connect with your ancestors. And as I'm connecting to the spirit of cacao, and it's like, yeah, I've been waiting on you. The dark side was trying to keep you from me. Like, yeah, you went, because I went through a lot that year. Like I was that close to crashing out. Like I was telling my mom, like, Mom, I'm tired of taking the high road. Like, I'm just tired. Like,
Yeah.
I think they just think I'm this nice guy and I won't hurt someone. Like, I was really like, I'm tired of just being tired of being taking the high road. So, like, I'm talking to the cacao and I'm like, wow. And she was like, and then I get this thing like, you're going to meet a family, you're going to meet a woman. I was getting all these downloads. So we leave, we go, and then like the next day she called me. She said, Eric, I didn't even know she did retreats. Eric, I'm getting that I should invite you to Peru. My guy Ben, who was going to be a facilitator, can't make it. Everything's great. You got a place to stay. All you got to do is book your ticket. I'm like, bet I'm there. Like, I know when things like that come into my life, like how I got the call from Bachelorette, I
Yeah.
can't just say no to Peru when I'm not asking for it and it's looking for me.
Yeah.
So I say yes. And she said, well, it's up to you if you want to do the plant medicine. I'm like, I ain't doing no plant medicine. So 12-hour flight, we get there, and man, let me tell you something. I mean, I hiked Machu Picchu, the Inca Trail, Al Sagande, Guadalajara. I'm
Wow.
with I'm chewing on cacao leaves, cocoa leaves. Um, and I sat with 2 journeys of, bro, when I tell you something left my soul, like whatever I always say entities or darkness or shadows was looping into me, like it like left me, like it wasn't.
Yeah.
And I was telling Sia, I was like, man, I thank you for doing this. I think, you're gonna find your divine union when we get back to LA. That's what I was feeling. I was getting a lot of things about how it could heal this disease and that. And I was black race is the human race. I was getting so much like world
Mhm.
stuff. And, it was there 11 days. As soon as I come home, remember I tell you, I went through 23. Here's my girl. Here's my girlfriend. Here's my love, Annabelle. And she's like, "Hi," and I'm just like, "What?" Like, no, because my astrologer said, "I will be surprised if you meet somebody." I'm like, "What? I'm so broken and messed up. I'm not gonna meet nobody." She said, "Okay," and that's what happened. I literally met my woman, and I kept telling the universe, "I need a spiritual woman. I need a spiritual woman. I need a spiritual woman." I mean, she's a medicine woman. She does womb
Mm.
healing, womb consciousness. I mean, she does it all,
Oh, I
and
love her. Have her let's get
yeah.
her on the show.
She does grief
I
work.
love
No,
house
she
singing.
will. No,
I
she's
need
amazing.
her.
Look up Annabelle Viscarter, like, she's the truth, like,
Okay.
and, I just couldn't believe, like, what? And mind you, I met her in my Year to Dragon, which was great,
Yep.
but I went through all that suffering. I never thought that love would come into my life because I was so broken. I was like, "Do you even know who you meeting?" Like, I had to climb mountains to get to you and take medicine to get into your frequency.
Aw.
So I tell people the journey's not gonna always be easy, but it's worth moving forward, especially if your soul is nudging you to. And then sometimes in my life, it's like some things I just want to relax and my soul won't let me. It's like I get pushed. And so the journey's been a journey because I
Yeah.
have so much perspective and been around so many things that people enjoy seeing, but I actually know the truth behind them or in them. And I live a privileged life, but it's been challenging, coming from Baltimore, moving to LA at 22 and being there 15 years now, moving to
You were
Orange County.
22?
Yeah,
I was
I came to LA with $1,000. I need one person. So when people tell me about that story, I'm like, yeah, we all got a story, but it's what you gonna
That's
do with
so
it?
funny. I moved with
Exactly.
$2,000 and knew my roommates that I met on the internet, and I
Yeah,
was 20, so similar,
yeah,
I just never went on The Bachelor.
yeah. But that's why and I started to get deep into like psychology and like human
Mhm.
design, astrology, numerology. When I start looking at my chart, I'm like, oh, this is all here. Like, oh, I'm a Libra rising. That's the people pleaser, right? I'm a Pisces sun. I feel everything. I'm sensitive, intuitive. I'm a Sag moon. That's the motivation. But my
Mm.
mid heaven is in Leo. My career 10th house is Leo, cuffs Cancer, right? But then my North node is in Pisces, 6th house. So this
Yeah.
is now, and this is how spiritual fitness came alive. It's because in my darkness, all I had was the gym and God. All I could do was work out and pray, work out,
Mm.
pray, work out, pray.
Mhm.
When I thought my dad was going to transition, my prayers got better. I would just pray. And every time I pray, he would get better. Every time he'd go back, I pray. So I'm like, oh, that's my power. Prayer. Prayer is profit
Yeah.
for me. And that's what I do with all my clients now. And then I think this part of me, I've been hiding because you asked earlier, Lynnsey, like when I was 16, 15, around that age, I would be in the bed at night and I will always pray. I didn't grow up in a church. We wasn't super religious. We believed in God. We believed in Christianity. But it would be like spirits hovering over me to pray. And I'm like, and I'll be like, thank you, God, for everything, right? I
Mhm.
was 16, 15. But everything I've prayed for, I would say 89% has come to pass from things I wanted. So prayer is power when you use it with love and not fear. Prayer is power when you use it with
Yeah.
gratitude. And so it's a higher form of affirmation to the cosmos, to the universe, to the divine intelligence. And it works if you believe
Yeah.
it does. So it's
We
worked
are
for me my
definitely
life.
absolute powerful creatures when we set our intentional
Yeah.
energy towards something. I do have to ask because I'm so deliciously curious. Now, when you were
Yeah.
gonna do the cacao ceremony and she said the ancestors are waiting for you,
Yeah.
I love working with my ancestors. I love talking to my ancestors, just the ones I know about, grandparents, great-grandparents, those sort of things, and then
Yeah.
also the unseen ancestors who dealt with absolute crazy stuff that I can't even imagine. Do you still are you in a place where you acknowledge your ancestors now? Do you see
Yeah,
them as
so that's
a
a great question.
practice?
So yesterday, I fast the first Sunday of every month, so I haven't eaten food in probably 36 hours now.
Ooh, so we're
Uh
getting a really good version of you. You're just
So
channeling now.
yeah, and so yesterday was the first time I actually told my ancestors, like, "Man, just chill out, let me be. Like, let me live. I'm good.
Let me live.
I'm creating a new pathway because
Wait,
Imma
what do
be
they
honest.
to you?
So look, in my astrology chart, I have Capricorn in the 4th house. I have 4 planets in Capricorn, right?
Mhm.
So what that means is I have a stellium in Capricorn in 4th house. 4th house is home, family, lineage. So I carry a lot of my ancestor lineage. And a lot of it could be like,
Mhm.
you gotta work hard and struggle for success, or
Yeah.
you might not feel worthy. Whatever that was coming through them, I'm carrying it. And it's like, I don't wanna be in that. And I had to forgive them. I forgive them like 10 times, like, ancestors, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. But let me breathe.
Yeah.
And then I had a Akasha record in 2024 as well when she was telling me, she's like, you're clairvoyant, clairaudio, audio, clairsentient. Like I had all the clairs, but she said, you got to tell your spirit guys to chill out because I'm getting hit with so much stuff at one time. And I'm like, man, like I just want to chill.
Yeah.
So yes, that was the first time I was acknowledged, the ancestors with Sia in Joshua Tree, but my girlfriend, I think she really brought him into my life. Was it last year? No, it was 2024. I think she did the Day of the Dead, or it's the day after
Yep.
Halloween. And
Yeah.
no, she's like, send me anybody that passed away in your family. We want to do a celebration for their death.
Mhm.
And in 2025 of January, I had a client, shouts out to Ashley George, she's an angel reader, and she did an angel reading for me. And my ancestors, like my great grandmother, my great grandfather, my uncle who, passed away, they all came in and she was like, my great grandma was coming in very heavy because I'm gonna get to this mother wound. She was coming in very heavy. She's like, tell him, I want you to tell him it was me. It was me why his mother didn't love him. It was me. And I'm like,
Ugh.
oh, what? Like, she's like, yeah, I didn't love his grandmother. His grandmother didn't love his mom, and his mom couldn't love him. So I'm like, what? And she was like, yeah, but they're proud of you. They say, keep going.
Mhm.
So I shared this information with my mom, and she was like, yeah, when you were a day old, because I was a premature, I had a twin that didn't make it. The doctor told my mom that I wasn't gonna make it. She said she whispered and prayed over my body that I would end the family curse. They would stop with
Mhm.
me. So I was like, no wonder,
Thanks,
mom. Like,
mom.
it's
Yep.
so intense. I'm like, mom, because at that point, I'm 13, maybe 14 years in LA. I feel like it was all for nothing. I had nothing to show for it, but it was to heal the family wound, and I did it. And so to even go deeper, because I had this resentment against my mom, right? I don't know if you saw the thing with Tony Robbins, I'm Not Your Guru, when he made the
Mm.
young lady, she hate her dad. He said, okay, you hate your dad? Tell me everything you hate about him. Now call him and tell him all those things, but tell him what those things made you. And I was like, oh my God, this sounds like my mom. So I had did that years ago. So anyway, fast forward, um, all this resentment built up. I forgave my mom. I love her to this day. We have a great conversation. My astrologer was telling me because of North Node is in Pisces, Pisces is Aphrodite, the mother who didn't want to leave the sun. I was like, interesting. She said, so
Hmm.
you're going to attract mothers into your business. And she said, and this is how you're going to heal that mother wound because you're
Mm.
going to see the shadow side of momhood by coaching mothers and wives. And I was like, so God don't even let me get away. So all that resentment I had built up as a kid was, and then my woman, she's a mother. She has a 20-year-old, right? And she works with mothers.
Mhm.
So I can't even get away from this healing that I'm in because it's like, yeah, so now how do you feel about your mom? And also, my woman Annabelle, she has a womb, what is it? It's a womb circuit where she takes you back into the womb with your mom. It's womb
Mhm.
healing, but she takes you through like a metaphase process, like meditation. And when I did that, I just got so closer to my mom. Like it
Yeah.
was crazy. And then that's when like I got the angel reading.
Mhm.
So it's like, oh, that's why I was in LA. Oh, I feel better now. Like,
It all makes sense.
it all makes sense. And then God, you bring me a woman who's a mother who has a son. So now I get to see a mother with a son in a healthy way. And then it's like, I can't get away from
Yeah.
my journey. Like, and it's like,
I
what can I do?
definitely feel that with the ancestors. Sometimes
Yeah.
there was a lot, especially, oh my gosh, that's in 2023. I had a lot of like ancestral healing
Yeah.
work that I was going through, and sometimes like I have I call it my ancestral altar. It's a bookshelf, and I've designated 2 shelves of that bookshelf to
Yeah.
pictures and candles and incense and things like that, where I can just like talk to them. And sometimes I will stand at that bookshelf and be like, look, guys, I'll do what I can I will do what I can to
Yeah.
heal some of this stuff. You got to work on it up there. Work on it.
Yeah.
Do it with me because I can't do it by myself. Hey there, it's Lynnsey. Are you ready to transform your life and achieve your biggest dreams? Well, welcome to the Align Your Mind membership. As a seasoned hypnotherapist, I've crafted a digital sanctuary where you can access powerful hypnotherapy audios anytime, anywhere. Imagine waking up each day feeling empowered, confident, connected to the universe, and ready to conquer your goals. With AYM, you'll experience deep, long-lasting transformations in every area of your life. If you're ready to rewire your mind, release what's holding you back, and start living your dreams, don't wait any longer. Just click the link in the episode description and start embodying your highest potential today. Did you know that this show is 100% self-produced and made possible by listener support? If you love the show and want to help us keep bringing you all the good stuff, join our Patreon. Your support helps us cover editing, software, and everything we need to keep this podcast going and growing strong. As a Patreon member, you'll unlock amazing perks like early access to every episode, extended video content, behind-the-scenes footage, and more. And the best part, if you're one of the next 100 people to join, you'll get our exclusive manifestation toolkit valued at over $100 as soon as we hit our goal of 100 patrons. Head to patreon.com/highvibe to join, and we'll see you inside.
I think that's what happened to me last night into this morning. Like, I think I opened up that portal now. You talked about you just get clarity. Because now I'm going to talk to him. Hey, look, what is this? That's not me. I don't feel this way. What are you afraid of?
Which are you?
You know?
Yeah.
I want to
Which
get in
one
the
of you
ocean
is
and
this?
swim. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to have fear. I want to go
Yeah.
deeper in love.
Yeah,
You
clear
know what
it.
I mean? Right.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not powerless
man.
up there. They can be working
Right.
on this too. Come on.
Yeah.
Get it
So
together.
Man, I'm
that's-
just like shaking my head and giving snaps over here for y'all that aren't
Yeah.
watching on the Patreon, like resonating so deeply, especially with all the parts of your story where you're like, I was feeling called, even though I didn't really want to feel called, and I wanted to hang out, and I wanted to rest, and I wanted to have a break, and life was like, no. God was like,
Yeah.
do it. My
So-
ancestors were like, you're the chosen one.
Yeah, I'm the chosen
And I-
one. So, but let me take you deeper. Maybe you ladies can help me. So, what I just figured out, most of my life, I followed my soul, and what happened was I left my body behind. So my body didn't feel safe. So now my body is like, hey, bro, like you didn't even check in with us. So I'm learning now, and that's why I've been so much. Because when I met my girlfriend, she's like, you got to ground more. You need to be more present.
Yeah.
I was so in my crown. I was all spiritual stuff, right? And I couldn't get the deep wisdom because I wasn't integrating it, because I wasn't allowing myself to feel, because I was afraid to feel. But if you see, I just teared up because I just got back from another plant medicine retreat in Texas. This was December. So what I realized, what came to me, is that I'm grateful to feel my feelings. And the more I feel, it's like you see how I
Yes.
teared up, wisdom comes in. And so my tears opens portals of wisdom. So I got to let them be. But I couldn't do that before. And that's the medicine constantly open up my heart to receive. But yeah, now I just want like, okay, body, are we safe? We safe.
Yeah.
We're safe. We're safe. Because I know I can jump, but I still got to make sure this body is feeling as good as the soul feels, right?
It's actually very common when you get okay, so when you're, let's say, younger and you're very
Yeah.
much in the 3D, into the partying, into the young life stuff, it's very easy to be in the moment, not really think about spiritual stuff. And then once you discover, or rather remember, the spiritual side, it's so easy to just shoot upward and forget
Yeah.
that you are even a human sometimes, and you're just like always living in the spiritual side. And honestly, I did the same thing. Like I was never in my body. I was always
Yeah.
was never like I never connected to my body. In fact, I also had that feeling of like, it's not safe in my body. It's not safe here.
Yeah,
I'm going
right.
to be out here because it's not safe
Yeah.
here. And so sometimes even just like feeling my feet on the ground, and just what I love to do is just visualize like a portal of light, obviously coming in through the top of the head that connects me to all that is, and then just follow it all the way down, and then golden
Yeah.
roots from my feet going down into the earth, connecting me to Mother Earth. And just like, I just sit there for a minute, and I absolutely agree with you. You said it perfectly. Feel your feelings and feel them flowing through
And
you,
be grateful for them.
and be grateful for
Yeah.
every single feeling you
Yeah.
have, because it's there for a reason. Me and Kelsey talk about this all the time. Every feeling you have, there's a reason for it. If I may be very personal for a second.
Yes.
So recently I was feeling extra sad, and I couldn't really place some days you just
Yeah,
wake up
yeah,
and you're
yeah.
like, there's something going on, and I don't
Yeah.
know what it is, but I'm feeling very heavy today. And this is going to sound absolutely nuts to anyone except you guys, I think. But what happened was, I somehow stumbled across the reminder that it was Kobe's death anniversary. Now that Kobe Bryant, okay, I liked him. I thought he was a great basketball player. I really loved watching him play. When he died in 2020, and this was before the pandemic, this was before lockdown. So right at the start of 2020, he died, and it was tragic, and the world was shook, but the world was shook in a way that didn't make sense, because he was a basketball player, and it was very tragic. But the entire world, I think, felt the energetic shift that happened when he died. I had a visceral cry on the bottom of the shower, just meltdown over Kobe Bryant's death. But I knew somehow that it wasn't just Kobe Bryant's death. I knew something else was happening. There was a ripple effect that was beginning. And then 2 months later, COVID happened, lockdown happened, spiritual awakenings, bam, 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 for everyone. And
Right.
I can't really explain it even to this day, but I think his death was like a catalyst for the beginning of some kind of energetic shift. And I know how that sounds, but I think you probably know what I'm talking about. And you probably have felt it on some level in 2020.
So when I did my oh yeah, I felt it for sure. It was actually my best friend. It's like my brother since 10 years old, birthday to 26. This is why I know I'm so connected to like higher energy. So 2019. Yeah, 2019. My best friend whose birthday was the 26th, right? He came to LA for his birthday. I think it's like the 23rd, 24th. My mom's birthday is the 24th, right? And so we go, and he say, "Hey man, let's go to the Crenshaw store." I'm like, "Okay, like I'm not going to Crenshaw. I'm from the hood. Like, what are we going to Crenshaw for?" So he wanted to go get a Crenshaw t-shirt or whatever, lighter. So we go over there, and he's like, "I think that's Nipsey right there." I'm like, "Nipsey?" He's like, "Yeah, that's Nipsey. That's Nipsey here."
Yeah.
So, but he had went back in the, yeah, I'm about to connect all this for you. I'm telling you, I'm
Yeah.
about to connect
Oh my
everything.
gosh.
So he go back to get the light, so we come out. So me being me, Nipsey Hussle is literally in the store next to his t-shirt store, and it's just me and my boy. And I walk in like, "Nip, what up?" Like I said it to him like I knew him, and I
Yeah.
knew I kind of throw him off, right? Because I got big energy, you know what I'm saying? Like
I
my
have done
light is
that with
down.
people in LA, like famous people are like, "Oh, remember me?" And they're always
Yeah,
like, "Yeah, of
so
course, I remember you."
I go give him a 5. And he give me the pound. I can kind of tell he was thrown off. Like at this time, my beard
Yeah.
wasn't like this, but my boy had a beard like that. He got goals in his mouth. He got tats. We from Baltimore, so
Yeah.
we come from a texture of energy. And he's like, I was like, "Man, can we get a photo, man?" He was like, "Nah, man. Like, right, we're about to shoot he was nice. He was like, "I'm shooting a video, man, but much love. Like, appreciate it." We walk out. We get in the car, and I'm like, "Bro, if we was them guys, he'd be gone." Like, we was that close on him. But I remember pounding, and it's like when I pound, his energy came through me.
Yeah.
So go back to, this is crazy how this happened. So Aisha Cole, the one I told you who put me with the people from The Bachelor, she had a pop-up. This before Slutty Vegan blew up in Atlanta, right?
I
She had
love
a
that name, by
pop-up.
the way.
Yeah.
That's great.
She had a pop-up restaurant. It's a restaurant, vegan food, burgers and fries and stuff. She had a pop-up in Crenshaw, 43rd and Crenshaw or something. So as I'm parking the car, I'm going to go support her. I'm listening to Nipsey Hussle song, real big, real big. So as I'm turning the car off, I get all these flashbacks of like Nipsey Hussle getting shot up. Like I was like, "Whoa, what is that? Like, you know what I mean? Like something wrong with the music, but I'm not thinking. I'm just like, I've never experienced that. So I turn the music off. I go support her. As soon as I get back in the car, because it's March 31st. My aunt's birthday is April 5th. She's in Malibu for her birthday. She's Aries. So I go to my phone, TMZ, Nipsey Hussle shot 6 times and da 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 da. But I didn't recall. I just channeled that before it happened. I got out the car at 3:17. He got shot at 3:20.
Mm.
Right? So, but I can't tell nobody this at the time because I feel weird. Like, am I tripping?
Yeah.
But then things started to realize. So when he died, I felt the same thing. But the Kobe Bryant death, different thing. When I did my cacao and I got back, I was connected with Kobe energy so much. It was just like I could see him, and it's like he was happy. Like it was. And then I had a client. I'm not gonna say her name, but she also said she was getting downloads of Kobe Bryant. So I was like, oh, interesting. So then you say it. But I
Yeah.
also know Kobe is a 3811. I'm a 3811. We're master numbers. So 3 is expression, 8 is abundance. So we got like big energy, right? So I really believe his energy is still coming to fruition through other people to give people like the the message, the essence to do whatever his soul or spirit is calling, because yeah, it just these things just don't
Yeah.
happen. I think this is where the world is going. I'm telling all my clients, telling all my friends, you had to get some spiritual currency because the world about to change. It's changing now.
It
And
is,
so
yeah.
I used to think I was weird for knowing all that and feeling all these things. But but now I'm just, I trust this is spiritual fitness. That's so what's happening is that even your podcast, even spiritual fitness, anybody that's tapped into the divine, because the new, your podcast, spiritual fitness is a new church for people to connect with God,
Someone
but it's going to
actually
be
just
different.
left a review, remember recently, I don't know if I told you,
Yeah.
the latest review we have says, like, "This is my church." It's just, like, so
Yeah, like
cute.
so these containers now in life are gonna be through podcasts, fitness,
Mhm,
because I pray in my thing, but we
mhm.
talk like this, we working out. It's gonna be for people to tap into their God and tap into their autonomy and take their
Yeah,
power back, right? The
that's right.
remembrance. And that's what I learned from Peru. And yeah, it's all connected. We're all connected. I mean, I was even shocked when you reached out, but I'm like, she ain't reaching out by accident. That's
Yeah.
something she know that I know that we need to be in this portal for whatever, because whatever it is in this episode, by the way, I prayed before this. Whatever's in this episode is gonna change somebody's life. I promise you. I don't know how.
And
I just feel it.
yeah,
It's
I
bigger than
feel
us.
like there's more I feel like we're all knowing each other for a reason. There's more
Yeah.
Yeah.
magic to be made between the
Yeah.
3 of us in the
Yeah.
future, I
Yeah.
can sense. And to go back to what you were saying when you were like, "Maybe you ladies can help me with this." So, I know you don't know that much about me yet, but I am a
Yeah.
fellow seer, knower of things.
Yeah.
And, when you were asking about that, the 2 things that came to me were your spirit team, like, kind of giggling, like, "Oh, he thinks he doesn't know how to be in his body, like, he's into fitness," like, that
Right, right,
was
right,
That's
right.
his
yeah.
practice, right? So, like,
Interesting.
you being in the gym, in your body, that's a form that you've already mastered, but now
Right.
what's next for you to master is, can you be in your body to ride the waves of emotional sensation versus
Right, right,
muscular sensation, right? So it's
right,
like
right.
when you go to do squats and you're really focusing on your glutes and you're like really capped in there and you're just noticing what's going on and you're activating it so it's working properly. It's like, can you do the same thing when you're meditating on a feeling? So
Yeah.
now your practice is to be in the body and connect to the sensations as they move through your body the same way you would connect to your bicep flexing when you do a bicep curl. And
Yeah, and
that's
it's
it.
true because I've been practicing the last year and a half. I've been doing like a lot of deep tissue massages, getting
Mhm.
in cold plunges, like really, because I want my nervous system to be able to deal with more stress, more expansiveness. So what comes with
Yeah.
that, you got to be able to hold that. Because my biggest thing, especially on my plant medicine retreat in December, was when big frequency come in, I couldn't hold it. I just give it away.
Mhm.
Oh, I sabotage it. So I was asking the medicine, like, how do I hold high frequency? And it was like gratitude. Be grateful that you have that
Mhm.
frequency in your life. Be grateful that you have these things. But when it's so much, it's like, oh my God, I want to give it away. Like, I don't want to hold this. So like, I want to be able to hold that sensation and feel what is that feeling trying to tell my body? Because also in my gene key, I have gene key 47th. I don't think it's my life's work. I think it's part of my, one of those 4 keys, but it's, getting in the body and not the intellectual mind. Cause I've always tried to figure out life here, but
Yeah.
real life comes in here. This is where the wisdom is.
Mhm.
Y'all know who y'all should interview? Philip Shepherd. Have you heard of him?
No.
He talks
Philip
about the
Shepherd?
pelvic. Yeah, he's an older guy. He talks about the pelvic bowl, and he talks about we live in this society of the knowing self, and no one's into the feeling self. So he's like the pelvic
Oh,
bowl
yeah.
is
I
like,
would love him.
yeah,
Yeah.
he is like he's incredible. He
All
just
right.
so grounded and very just
Wait, I
in his
see
body.
Steve. I see Philip Shepherd. You said
Yeah, Philip Shepherd.
is he from Survivor?
No,
Or
he's
no,
older guy.
different
He's
guy.
in
Okay,
yeah, he's in Toronto. I'll send you his stuff. I'll send my podcast to you. You'll
because
see
you
it.
know reality TV personalities, no other reality TV. I figured maybe
No,
he was
so
just another
he's
spiritual guy.
someone my woman studied with. Like
Okay.
he's like older, like he's like wisdom, like he tapped in.
You
But
know,
being
I
in the
love that
body,
you're into astrology, and I know that you are, but it is always refreshing to hear somebody understand the importance of astrology. I
oh
know
yeah,
I don't know if this is an actual quote, but it's often attributed to JP Morgan, who said millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do. So
absolutely.
I have no doubt that these people are using astrology. You
So
cannot
this
convince me that they're not.
Oh,
this is
hell
what
yeah.
they're doing, right? The average person is probably using it for themselves. Billionaires are using it for the world. How they
Yeah.
could have more power, when to launch things, when not.
Mhm.
And so I've really tapped into, and I think that's my gift with my North Node and Pisces, is that I know how to get into these spaces and break down and find like the little things that people don't look at. So if you have your chart and you have the time you're born, where you're born, go to part of fortune, right? Your part of fortune in your natal chart and your astrology is the part of your soul that's here to make money and attract luck, right? And then inside of that, you have the part of spirit, which is your soul's purpose in this lifetime. And then you have the part of eros, which is love, how you see love. So I just discovered this 2 days ago. So I figured out that my part of fortune is is Aquarius 5th house, right? Unconventional, innovative, rebellious. I can't do things the normal way and make money. Like I got to be the different guy, right? But then my part of spirit, my soul purpose is in the 10th house, Cancer, 10th degree, which is like, I want to be visible. I'm like an emotional, nurturing soul that makes people feel safe. It's all about how people feel when they leave me. And then my Eros, which is in Capricorn, 4th house, is Capricorn. My woman's a Capricorn, but I also have a lot of Capricorn in me. So I'm able to tap into parts of the chart that most astrologers don't even know or they don't talk about because they don't see the benefit. But I know how to get in there. Like, oh, if I give this things to these people, it'll save people life, because we think something's wrong with us because we don't have evidence. So then we judge it and we criticize and we mess ourselves up. But look at that into your chart. It's like, you'll be like,
So
oh my God.
part of fortune, part of spirit, right?
Yep,
And then
part of
what was
spirit,
it?
part of Eros. I think it's the
Part of
love.
Eros.
Yeah, like it's about love,
Cool.
how you
I
see
took
love and relationship.
notes.
Yeah.
Hope
I
everyone else
love
did.
it.
Also,
Yeah.
when you were talking about earlier, to rewind again, when you were like, oh, I was picking up all this stuff and I didn't know if I was crazy, this little
Yeah.
slogan popped into my head and it was like, you're not crazy. You're just psychic. And then I was like, wow,
Yeah,
that sounds
yeah,
like a
yeah.
great
I'm
book
very
for someone
psychic.
to write one.
Yeah, I'm very psychic. I tell my girl that all the time. I said, I feel something. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I just know things that I just know what I know. Like my girlfriend and I are so connected. She's so powerful. I know when she's praying for me. I'll just text thank you for that prayer. Or I'll send somebody something. Say I send somebody like a product to taste. I can feel that they just tasted the product. Like it's weird, but yeah, but I've gotten really, the more the medicine has opened me up to feel more, I can really get, and that's why
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be around a bunch of people all the time,
Yeah.
because I pick up everything.
You
So,
have to have really good boundaries.
yeah,
And something that came through really strong for you when you were talking about capacity
yeah,
was your spirit team was like, this sounds corny because your name, but they were like, remember who you are.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you are bigger. Like you have a
Right,
big
right, right.
body, you have a big
Yeah,
soul, you have a big
yeah,
heart, you have a big presence. Like
yeah,
you already have the capacity mechanism
yeah.
built in. It's just like
Uh-huh.
allowing into that, but with the
Yeah,
balance of the boundaries and being
yeah, because
as
I'm a
selective as
extremist.
you
I
can.
go extreme. I'll be around a bunch of people that I'm not around
Right.
people at all. Like, I'll
Right.
Yeah.
fast and
Oh
then I'll
yeah.
eat, you know?
Yeah.
So
We
I
And
just
just
like
want to
try
get
to,
better at that
I'm
with
like
time.
that, and when I am around a lot of people, like right now, I'm like, yeah, let's go, party time. And then when I'm not around people, I'm like, I want to lay
Yeah,
down
yeah,
for a long
yeah.
time.
So just
It's
having that
it's
discernment is what I'm realizing and not trying to save everybody. I think I do that a lot because I can
yeah.
feel deeply what people go through, and I think I gotta be their savior or be their father. Because
Yeah.
when I coach so many women, when women are emotional and thing, I understand why men can't hold space. I just see the little girl in them if they was my daughter. Like, oh,
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
how my daughter would be if she was crying. Like, okay, cool. What's wrong? It's cool. Cry. It's fine.
Mhm.
I'm
Mhm.
not judging you. And what else do you feel? And I'm upset. Great. Let's be upset right now. Fuck it. We're upset. Like, I know how to hold space when people in that tough, tumultuous,
Yeah.
and I'm not judging it because I'm just there. Like, great. You feel better? Then we move the body, we work, we pray, and okay,
I
see you tomorrow.
mean, we are just kids inside.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you're listening to this and you think you have left your inner child behind, think again.
It's
It is
impossible.
she, she or he is in there just like
Right,
knocking
right.
on the door like, "Are you ready to listen yet? Are you ready to take on the world together? Cuz we can be so much more powerful if you get me on
Yeah.
board." So, make
And I
peace with
definitely
that
wanna
little
connect the
baby.
masculine with the feminine, man, because it's such a
Mhm.
Yeah.
disconnect. I see it. I mean, guys come to me crying, like, it's just I see everything. And like I said, discernment, knowing when to say and do versus, "Oh, I just wanna do it," right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's time and place for it, but I want the masculine, especially guys, to kinda move into their hearts, because here's the thing. The
Mhm.
women, it's not gonna be so much about their looks as it was then, and for men, it's not gonna be so much about their money, right, as it was before. And now it's gonna be men getting your emotional self, getting to your heart, women with substance, and you come together and you create the family. But
Yeah.
women, they're making money, they're hitting powers that they don't really need a man for that. So it's like, if you ain't got more than that, brother, like,
Right.
Yeah.
you don't
That's the
really
thing, like,
need.
what else can you do? Because we're
Yeah,
not building houses or fires anymore. There's no need
right,
to go hunt. There's no
right,
need to be a millionaire necessarily for a
right.
woman to so what else? Be your human self, your authentic self,
Yeah.
and
And
watch what
here's the thing, I
happens.
got a deep download about the 50-50 divorce in America, right? And the reason being is because I've helped 3 women 2 years ago get through a divorce, right? And three of them, well, two or three said, I knew I should have married him. I was like, why didn't you
Mm.
follow that? So because women never felt safe to trust what they know, so they just did what was logical, that made sense, that kept the family together. So these
Yeah.
divorces that were created families were with people who really wasn't attuned, aligned, or not saying they wasn't in love. The women always know on a deeper level. Like, you're not blaming them. I'm blaming society for not making women feel safe. Because
I
women
am
are the true goddesses of the universe. Without women, there's none of us.
yeah. I was just talking about this with my husband actually, and I'm actually quite excited for the part of dating, and thank goodness I don't gotta do that anymore, right? Right? Am I
Yeah,
right, guys?
yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Amen.
Yes. I
But
thank God every day.
thank goodness we're not dating. But if for those that are, I'm quite excited for getting back to or we've never really been able as women to choose our partners. Not really. It's always been about how can I be provided for, cuz we couldn't work for a long time, so we need somebody with a job, and that was pretty much it. Anyone that would marry us, we would probably say yes to. So
Yeah,
now potentially we're entering an era where we can actually choose the best mate for us
right.
versus choose safety. Because when you're, as we all know, when you're in survival, you can't really be in thrive. You can't thrive, and you can't really choose the best thing for you unless you can feel safe to do so. So I don't know. I'm
And I also
optimistic.
think women should be pursuing men for one reason, because they create offspring. So you should
Hmm.
be like,
Yeah.
I think not. There's nothing wrong with a woman pursuing a man for her safety and for her offspring. Like, if you're gonna have
You're
babies,
right.
instead of just whatever man chooses you, you should be with him and give him kids. Like, no,
Like, how long
Yeah.
have we, out of safety and fear of like
right,
the what would happen if we didn't marry? How many genes have been passed on that probably shouldn't have?
right.
Right? Am I right? I mean, we've
Am I right?
in all of our family trees, I'm sure
That's what
there
I'm
is at least one or two genes that should not have been passed on. So
saying.
I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic for the ability of women to just actually choose the best mate for them, and that
Mm.
will make them thrive and feel safe and create offspring that will better the world as opposed to just pass on useless genes. And I know I'm not talking about you guys, okay? Um
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, it's
don't be
true though, because
don't be
people don't know
offended.
what they don't know, and like, we just got to be better as humans. But I always say, for
Mhm.
me, I got to be the evidence. Be the evidence. Don't
Exactly.
Yeah.
tell, don't say. Be the evidence, and people come to fruition in themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, when you feel pressure, like, "Oh, I have to save this person, I have to save that person, I have to
Yeah.
help everyone," like,
Yeah.
you living your best life and
Yeah.
healing your stuff and building this amazing family and doing this work, like, you're
Yeah.
already doing more than enough. Like, don't give
Yeah.
into that
Mhm.
mental chatter that's like, "I have
Oh,
to
yeah,
help everyone, I have to
and
save
I've
everyone."
done
Like,
that, and
your
here's the thing.
frequency is helping to save a lot
It's
of
hard
people.
when you've been raised with around a bunch of women and no men around, and I'm the man that
Yeah.
all the women need. My
Right.
grandmother, my
Right.
mother, my sisters.
And I'm sure
Yeah,
they've said, like, "You're the man of the house," right?
right.
And, like, put
Or
that
I
on
had
you.
to tell my mom, I said, "Mom," I said, "I'm gonna be honest." I said, "Sis," I said, none of us know what it's like to be around a healthy masculine." I said, "I became that. That's why when
Yeah.
crisis happened, you guys call me, and I got to fly in town. There's nothing wrong with it, but when I'm saying things, I'm saying it from a genuine space that you can't receive because you've never had that. And I'm not
Yeah.
holding that against you. But when I'm telling you about my nephews, because I'm a man and I know what he's up against once he get older, you can't save him. And all you're gonna do is make him an entitled young boy because you protecting him. He need to get his little butt kicked. He needs some
Okay.
discipline.
All
He
the
needs some
women listening
character
to
building.
all the women listening to this episode who know a man that he's talking about, please rewind, play this part for the man because they need to
Yeah.
hear every single word that he's saying right now.
Yeah,
That
because
was
Mhm.
that's
that
like
was that was incredible.
yeah,
I want to
because
give you a hug.
young boys who moms, cuddle them and really give them everything, they're great, but then they go out in the world and they feel entitled. Then you
Yeah.
meet a real man, you're gonna knock your head off because you don't
Mhm.
have no respect for the masculine.
Mhm.
And when my nephews see me, if they do something, hey man, let's go, 10 push-ups. It's not to put them in that space, but to give them respect of who they're gonna be because
Yeah.
they're gonna have all the weight on their shoulders when they get older and they're not gonna know how to deal with it. Because I've learned because I didn't have the masculine present in a healthy way, I had all this success and then I complain. Boys complain, men get it done. Men
Mhm.
don't complain. Boys do. But that's the boy energy. I was complaining, I had all this success. If I had a man in my life and say, hey, E, we don't do that. We keep going. Then I'll tighten up. So
Mhm.
men need men and boys need men. So I'm going to be that for the young kids and for my
Yeah.
nephews. I got to be the evidence. I can't tell them if I'm not showing them.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I'm saying. The deeper is the kids, the youth, and men don't know what they don't know. They only know what they've been taught based on the people who were before them. And they wasn't really anchored unless they was tapped
Yeah.
in. So,
And it's I think it's very important that you touched on this too. It's like it's important to have men around, but the healthy masculine,
yeah,
not like
healthy.
someone who's just gonna make you feel like crap all the
And
time and tell you,
if there's
boys
any
don't
mothers on
cry.
here, yeah, because I just cried. If
Yeah.
there's any mothers on here, right? There's mothers on here, and you with your husband, you with your partner, and you have sons. Tell the dad, in order to raise successful young boys, is how the man is going to treat the woman. So if you
Mhm.
pour into her, you love her, you give her what she needs, and you make her feel safe, your boy's going to be ready and they're going to be successful.
Yeah.
It's
For
energy.
sure.
It's all energy.
I got 3
And
sons, so my husband
oh,
has his work cut out.
yeah. So give
Mhm.
mommy fireworks
He's
and
so great though. Kels
yeah,
knows.
yeah, yeah.
He's like the
Yeah,
best and
she picked a good
he's
one, for
he's
sure.
he's really great.
That's good. That's good.
And then I'll be the one to make sure they know how to clean up after they're doing themselves and do laundry so that
Oh
their
yeah, yeah,
wife
yeah,
doesn't have to pick their crap up
And
all
put
over
the
the place all the
toilet
time.
seat down.
Right,
Okay,
right.
case in point, yesterday my husband comes out of the bathroom and he goes, I tidied up in there. I go, what'd you do? He goes, you lift up the toilet seat, there's pee everywhere. I was like, oh yeah, that's our kids.
Yeah,
They
yeah, yeah.
are. He goes, they spray everywhere. I go, I know. Tell me about it. Sorry, TMI, but if you have
But no,
boys, you understand.
it's true.
Tangent.
But if you don't have the evidence and you don't have the blueprint, you don't know. You just go off what you think you should be. And
But just
Mhm.
case in
huh?
point, get a husband that will come to you and be like, I just tidied up the bathroom.
Yeah,
Things like that are so important. They really
absolutely.
are.
Life
Anyway.
lessons and everything, even cleaning the toilet, let me tell you.
Oh my gosh.
Eric, I feel like we could talk to you literally for
Yeah.
like 3 hours.
Yeah.
I want to head over to the Patreon soon so we can chit chat there a
Okay.
couple more minutes before you
Oh,
have to
and
go.
I want to talk about my Kobe/Tupac dream that I had right after Kobe
Oh,
died. I didn't
okay.
get a
Yeah, we're
chance
going to
to
talk about
mention
some synchronicities because I
in the
also have a
episode.
funny story that I need to tell you that is
Yeah.
relates to all this on the
I
other
love it.
side of the Patreon. And before we go, I want to let people know like where they can find out more about your new book, how you're working with people these days, where people can
Yeah.
find you.
Well, Instagram is a very main source where you can find me at Eric Bigger. I'm opening up a spiritual fitness group fitness class. It's more like, I tell people Tony Robbins, but it's like working out. Like I'm
Yeah.
speaking, I'm talking like this, but we're moving our body. So that'll be once a week. That'll be coming soon. My book comes out in June, so I'll be promoting it in a few months. And if you just want to follow me, I want people to really be genuine about my connection and build rapport with me. Go to my page, follow me, see what I post. See if it like, join my broadcast channel. I got a lot of members in there. I got like about 500 members. So I'm always in there putting content, prayers, meditation, anything that's going to help the frequency be high in your life and be the best you can be. But yeah, and go to Spiritual Fitness Podcast. Go to the YouTube. Go to my YouTube at Eric Bigger, E Biggs Way. So subscribe and like just connect. I'm a real soul. I've seen it all. I damn near done it all. But I just want to see this world a better place, you know?
We
That's
actually,
right.
it's very rare that we will because we get so many guest requests to come on the show. It's very rare that I will reach out to actually ask someone to be on
Really?
the show, and
Yeah.
Eric is one of those people. So if
Thank you.
you think my stamp of approval is worth anything, Eric's great. Absolutely great.
Yeah, love.
But yeah, we've had so much fun having you. Thanks for chatting with us today. Now,
Absolutely. This is great.
Patreon time. Do we tell people about Patreon? Let's tell them about it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go over there. If you're not in the Patreon, if you're not in the cool club, go to patreon.com/highvibe. That's where we have a little bit longer extended video versions of each episode, and you get them a week early if you like to be an early bird. So we'll see you over there. Link in the show notes.